talking on the phones.
Victory, victory, gold on my neck, victory, victory, victory. Zombie gang rapping that NYC. Victory, victory. Ice on my neck like a little weak. We run like a paraclete. It's on earth, but it's where I be. Money over on my hands down. Here lies young getting paid, but never take a loss on my hands down. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm gang 3 times on my hands down. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the hands down. Too late, he already dead. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the TED.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Redskins on 3rd down. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. And no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue landed.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Watch it now, Barney.
third down. It's Love, and now the spin. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. Look at the spin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, here's Edmonds. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go.
To throw on second down. Murray eluding the pressure right. They find Randall Cobb with a completion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make sure there's flexibility there because he's been such a great pass catcher in the past. You want to make sure he gets back to being able to do that as well. On
second down, Johnson busts through the tackle. And some room to maneuver. And now to juke. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 48 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Murray now. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald from 3 yards out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins making their way out. Last year, a fairly quiet 7-9. Now, the big change, of course, for 2018 here. Exit Kirk Cousins. Enter Alex Smith at quarterback. What does that change?
The change is that you have a quarterback who takes care of the football in a big way, but still could deliver it downfield. Alex Smith has such a reputation for being careful that it's overblown. He will take the shot downfield. If receivers shake free, get open, he'll deliver it. The other part of that, they get an offensive line. If they can get health there and have consistency up front, that offense can move, and that's what they're going to need to do if they want to compete in the NFC East.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Blue 90! No, check, Patriot! Patriot!
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, the Cardinals coming out here and take a look back, Charles, at 2017. Really, everything started going south, unfortunately, week 1. That's when they lost David Johnson to a wrist injury. From there, they really couldn't turn it around.
And in the offseason, coaching change. Steve Wilks now in charge. Comes with a defensive bent. Remember, he's a defensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. And he probably was blitzing from the time he took the job. That's how aggressive he is. On the offensive side of the ball, you know, there's going to be a battle for the quarterback spot. You knew they signed Sam Bradford. Josh Rosen was drafted. But the identity of this team, David Johnson, their running back. Missing him most of last season really changed the whole dynamic of their year.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. There's the first NFL catch for the former Aggie Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now a handoff, Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Go! Let's run! Everybody! That's where you belong. Detroit!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off the play fake. Murray. Incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 11. What a spin. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from the desert after this. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Give him 30 yards there.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
Right back to him on 1st down. Open space inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your...
And that's caught inside the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Murray going deep for his tight end play. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They try the left side with Johnson. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Murray. This will be caught just inside the 10. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Murray. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Dancing to his left. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, here's Edmonds. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Off play action. Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Murray. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Off the play fake. Murray. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 319. 319.
On play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
319.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Redskins on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing to start the drive. Murray, screen play, Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gone.
Throwing on third and long. Murray completing it to the right side. Johnson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Murray stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, Murray, and he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. It's his first career game, and now he has thrown his first career interception.
So let's face it, that's very simply his welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it?
Get it out of the way, right?
Get it out of the way, and he hopes it'll be the last for this game and not too many in his career.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Once more the juke. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. He's to the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. A 23-yard run. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
To throw on 2nd down. Murray being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Off play action. Murray steps away to his, and the pressure gets to him again. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Back to throw. Murray. Room here to run. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Back to throw here. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.